Obviously, we know you from Little House on the Prairie.
People assume that I am Laura Ingalls Wilder just as I played her on the show. And yes, deep down inside, there is that little girl in me. There is that half pint that's still there. Yeah. That was there then. I craved that life. I loved being on the set. I loved being around the horses and the chickens.
Melissa's got her own chickens now. She shares them with husband of almost 10 years, 30-something star Timothy Busfield at the rustic cabin in the Catskills. It's a far cry from the first time we met her on the set of Little House in 1981. It was E.T.'s first year on the air, and Melissa was dating Rob Lowe.
I'm just a 17-year-old girl who happens to be working on a series and who happens to be a celebrity. I'm just like everyone else. I have the same feelings. I blush a lot.
What would you tell that 17-year-old teen?
Well,
today?
First thing I would tell her is don't let them do that hairdo on you again. I don't know, I sounded pretty good. I mean, it sounded like a 17-year-old trying to find her way. Little dorky, but you know, it's part of the job. I mean, I get to see footage of myself. It's some very, very detailed home movies I have between the television series and then all the interviews that went with it.
Is there any aspect of Hollywood that you miss?
I don't miss the pressure. I don't miss the race. I don't miss the competition. I don't miss the feeling bad because I'm not younger and thinner. I do miss Los Angeles. I miss not the city itself. I miss my mom, and I miss my sister and my nephews, and I miss my kids who live there. I don't miss being in restaurants where the door opens and everyone turns around to see if someone bigger just walked in.
Now Melissa's sharing her journey back to the simple life in her second memoir, Back to the Prairie, out now. She says being in lockdown inspired her to write about what she learned during that time of self-reflection.
In the book you write, life is full of traffic signals, and I was seeing a lot of red lights. What kind of red lights were you seeing?
Stop, Melissa. You're not supposed to be dating this guy, was really what it was.
Yeah.
Don't do this again. I, in my past, had a tendency to not choose partners who had my best interests at heart. That's a very generous way of saying bad guys. Also slipping back into the race of trying to stay young. I mean, you know, at 58 years old, trying to be an ingenue is just, not only is it futile, it's frustrating, and it's a waste of time. Yeah. This should be celebrated. Women my age and older should be able to say, look what you get to be.
Right.
I earned my opinions. I am comfortable in my own skin. I love who I am at this age. I love the gray in my hair. I welcome all the lines. There are days where I look in the mirror and go, oh, she's the crypt keeper. The biggest thing I discovered was that, and this is a Laura Ingalls Wilder quote, it's the sweet, simple things in life that really are the best and most important. I think I finally reached a point and a place in my life where I wanted and want and love having a peaceful, settled, calm existence. A lot of the trauma and drama from my past is gone, and I've moved on from it. I don't have that burning ambition that I used to have. And also, my children are grown and gone, so
I've got grandchildren now.
Grandchildren now. I have 8 grandchildren.
Have the grandkids watched Little House on the Prairie?
The oldest granddaughter, Lulabelle, is 7, and she did watch Little House on the Prairie. She definitely wanted to have a play date with me.
Oh my God.
And she asked her mom, she called Laura Rolla. She couldn't say Laura at the time. And so she asked her mom if she could have a play date with Rolla.
Oh.
So she got a play date with Granny Mel instead.